everyone, blessed be. Don't know, I got all over my cup. It's from my cup of tea earlier. So, what I thought I would do today is talk to you about pine cones in paganism. So, let me just get rid of all the rubbish in my pocket that's distracting me. So, pine cones. So, pine cones have, that's the symbol of a pine cone, has popped up in many cultures in the past, including Greek and in Hinduism, in Egyptian mythology, in Catholicism. There's a big pine cone at the Vatican, like some sort of sculpture thing. Also in Celtic tradition and obviously paganism as a whole. So there's lots of, in the Roman culture as well, those pine cones were significant. So I'm not going to go into all the different cultures having pine cones as a representation, but what I'm going to just talk about in paganism and things that I grew up with doing with pine cones. I didn't grow up pagan, but we were just not brought up in any particular religion, so we could choose our own as we got older. I'm pagan. So with me, when we were little, we used to collect pine cones, decorate them with glitter and hang them on the Christmas tree. That was our little tradition we used to do as kids. And obviously pine cones are abundant this time of year during winter and everything. And in paganism, pine cones represent prosperity, they represent protection, immortality, and obviously represent the element of earth. So you can have these on your altar space to represent earth. They're also a symbol of endurance. They can be used in cleansings. They are a symbol of regeneration and fertility, because obviously pine cones are normally full of seeds, apart from these, because these ones have had the seeds have come out long ago. Also, when I was little, we used to use these to tell the weather as like little barometers. So what we would do is put these on our windowsill in our bedroom, or at least I did, and when it was closed, it was damp, it was going to be rainy that day, and when it's open, the weather's going to be dry. This one pretty much stays open all the time now, because obviously it's fully dried out and it's indoors. But I used to find fresh pine cones would close up when it's damp and open up when it's dry, because obviously when it's damp, it's not a good time for the seeds to spread around. So the pine cone closes up to protect the seeds, and then opens up again when it's dry, and the seeds have got more chance of dispersing far away from the tree. Obviously the immortality side of things is, obviously pine is an evergreen, so in the depths of winter, when everything else is dark and all the leaves have come off the trees of other trees, evergreens like pines are still green even in the depths of winter. So it symbolises, that endurance and the ability to survive those winter months. Also, I know people have used pine needles to make like pine needle tea, because it's high in vitamin C, so it's useful in like a sort of survival situation. All I would say is do your own research with stuff like that. I personally don't ingest any herbs and stuff that I don't know about, so it's because obviously you don't know how it's going to react to your body. But I have seen like people on survival shows on the telly and stuff make pine needle tea, and it's supposed to be very high in vitamin C. Pine has also got antiseptic properties, but I don't know how you would use it in that respect, so that's something you'd have to research yourselves. But obviously, pine represents like obviously endurance and withstanding this harsh winter, because like it's the only tree that's still around during this season, and you can bring these into your home for prosperity, to to welcome in prosperity, to use them for protection, use them to represent the earth element on your altar space, and to also bring into the house that sort of wish for to endure this winter, to endure the cold, and to do well in the coming year. You may also use these for fertility working if you're hoping to have babies. So you can carry a small pine cone with you as a fertility charm. Also, they are seen as being able to protect your home from illness as well. So you can put them on your altar space for that. You can do pine cone wishes, and the way you do that is you get little strips of paper, you write on your wishes and intentions for the coming year and roll them up, and then you place them in between the little sections of the pine cone, as many as you want, and then you can drip on some wax to hold them in place, or just place the little papers in nice and firmly. And then to release your intention and to basically put your wishes out there to the universe, you burn the pine cone on your fire at Yule, if you've got an open fire, of course. Nowadays, most modern times, people have got like gas fires, but if you've got like a log burning stove, you could put your pine cones in there. What I would do if I'm doing a pine cone wish is I'd probably take the pine cone outside and light it outside and actually burn the pine cone itself on like a sort of little mini bonfire, or in a fire pit or something, or a barbecue. If you've got like a barbecue pit or something, you could burn your pine cones in there. Also, so I've got a couple of notes because there were some bits I kept forgetting to mention. Yeah, obviously using them to decorate your house, to surround your house with positivity. It's believed that pines have existed for about 150 million years, so obviously there's the whole sort of, they're quite an ancient species of tree, and they live for a very, very long time, so you could also bring in that sort of age and wisdom with it, and also that element of like using this for health and to wish for a long and healthy life for somebody. And then traditionally, the whole idea of decorating a pine tree, you know, for Yule, obviously it would be a real one, really. Mine's not. But you would bring pine into your home to decorate, to represent that, to surround your house with positivity, and to ensure the return of the light in the coming year. Because obviously now we're in the dark half of the year where it's quite dark, and people in the past like believed that you would light bonfires to send energy to the sun to rejuvenate its energy so it can come back in the spring nice and bright and strong to help the crops grow. And then there's also bringing in the pine into the home to bring in prosperity and positivity into the home, and to ensure that the light returns in the coming year. Obviously these were also used to heat the home, because you can burn these on your they could burn these on their open fires, burn them with the Yule logs, use them in banishing workings. Anything else I wanted to mention? And then obviously traditionally they've been used for years as a decoration for Yule and Christmas anyway, so you can put some glitter on them and hang them on your tree, or spray them silver like this one is. That's shop bought though, I cheated. These ones was it this one? Yeah, these ones have been gathered naturally from the local park. So I have got a whole bunch that I've gathered myself, and I like to have these on here. This is like my Yule altar setup, so I've got my Yule tree on there and pine cones, my wood spirit that I carved, and my little robin is just under the tree here. And then over there I've got my regular altar, which has got my Yule cloche on it. So I've basically got Yule on both, but this was the best place to put my tree, so I've got a Yule altar and a regular altar. And I've put the pine cones in to represent this time of year, which is my favourite time of year, to also bring in that prosperity and the wish for a good next year, and for protection. And yeah, I just like the idea of that. And pine cones have always been something I've always collected since I was a little kid, and I've always had around Christmas time and decorated and stuff. So yeah, that's, I think, everything I wanted to tell you about for pine cones in paganism. Obviously, like I said, the pine cone is a symbol in like Hinduism, Egyptian culture, Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Catholicism. You know, it's something that pine cones have been used in many cultures over the years, and many religions. And they're also significant in paganism. So obviously I'm not going to go in depth into why they're used in other religions, because honestly I don't know. I think it's along the similar themes of like immortality, prosperity, that sort of thing. In Egyptian mythology, there's a god that's pictured holding pine cone, I believe. So I'm assuming that's that link with immortality, and that sort of regeneration and that sort of thing. So yeah, hope you found this video interesting. I found it quite interesting researching this. I knew about pinecone wishes, but I wanted to look a bit further into pine cones and how they are used and what they symbolise and what they represent. And also you can decorate your pine cones with red for like the fertility and the passion side of things, or you can decorate them with gold colours like gold glitter for representing prosperity and the return of the light. And yeah, so I'm losing my train of thought what I wanted to say now, so I'm going to go. So yeah, anything else you would like to know, let me know, and bless it be. Bye for now.